Time to go into Heat 3, and it's redemption for Theo Chapney. He lines up on the front row beside Braden Boyd. Oliver Hipkins and James Roberts from Sebastian Corking and Dalton Haywood. Then Lauder, Smith, Brown and Buckton Young from Armstrong in 11th. Rump, Sibbald and Quaker way down in 14th. Gilman, Stanley and Simpson. Once again, random grid draws, so it all comes down to driver skill as they try and fight their way through the field. And as you can see, it's got a little bit cooler. There are clouds in the air, a little bit darker. Into the pits goes Jacob Rump. So Jacob Rump has gone into the pits as we get underway racing to the first corner. So what's happened to Jacob Rump? Oh, a bit of a slide there from Stanley as we go on board the 360 cam with Oliver Sibbald. Sibbald chasing after Quaker, down to the braking zone. Quaker's absolutely launching on the inside of Armstrong on lap 1.
Hello. Hello, Zane Quaker.
Absolutely amazing. Just dives on the inside, finds the grip, finds the traction. Braden Boyd in the lead of the race here from Theo Chapney. It's great to be back, Theo. He gets his chance to run at the front, and he's got the championship leader coming into this weekend, Sebastian Corking, all over the back of him as he tries to fight for position. So this is going to be interesting on the get-go into the second lap. And I wonder what happened to Jacob Rump. He's there in the pits, unfortunately. He's not going anywhere. That's a real shame.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Not sure what's happened. Sibbald and Quaker, of course, starting towards the back of the grid in this one. Both the main protagonists in the championship. This is Sibbald on Armstrong, one of the other major players in the championship, so he'll like that move.
Yes, that was very tidy.
It'd be interesting to see if Sibbald and Quaker can, well, see how far they could get up the field, and they were starting towards the back of the field, side by side.
Corking tries to get the run on Theo Chapney, but Chapney is not a slow driver in any stretch of the imagination. Got a lot of talent, Theo Chapney, and he is going to hold on to that position for a little while longer, trying to coax Sebastian Corking to work with him. There's a replay there, a big slide from the 88, and you can see, look, there was just a little bit of a love tap on the back of Braden Boyd's kart as they came through. Look at the slide as they come through there. The 66 of Riley Buckton Young, goodness me, manages to catch it on the curb. Yeah, you're quite blessed that there is that curb to the outside.
Yeah, if you slide all four wheels and then hit the curb square on, that will slow your momentum down in a hurry.
I wonder if there's a couple of spots of rain starting to come down. It's not heavy by any stretch of the imagination, but it could well be psychological rain. If that comes into play, then there's a few drivers that could well find themselves in between a rock and a hard place. Fair play to Braden Boyd hanging on to this, because you've got some great talent lining up behind him. Here comes Corking, now trying to make his bid on the inside. Haywood coming with him. Chapney trying to squeeze through on the inside as well, and down to 4th goes the 88 of Braden Boyd, but he's getting squeezed around the outside. I think he's going to lose another place now to James Roberts. Roberts comes through and gets there. Excellent work from the youngster who's already taken a victory today and now has a chance for another one. He's there in 4th place. But Sebastian Corking now goes to the lead in front of Haywood, Chapney, Roberts, Boyd and Lauder.
Roberts with a great chance of taking pole today. If he gets a decent result in this one, could be on pole for the final. And what a decision buying the kart last week from Motorsport for his dad Gary. He's looking right now, he's been umming and ahhing, sitting on the fence, and finally made the decision, and right now he's on the sidelines as his lad's in 3rd place now.
Yeah, he's got the move on Chapney through the hairpin.
He's sitting there thinking, yeah, it was a great idea. I knew I'd made the right decision.
Certainly was. Zane Quaker making some good decisions as well. He's charging his way through the pack. Rory Armstrong struggling to make those overtaking moves work at the moment. He's still there or thereabouts, but he's got quite a few karts to get by, hasn't he? Look, you can even see from the side of the road some of their friends are actually encouraging them to go further. You've got to remember that while the Micromax is going on, they've got a lot of friends in the higher classes, the older races that are going on here this weekend, that want to support them, that want to help them. It's a great community, British karting.
Just want to say as well, Aidan Hassan is here driving in one of the other classes. Aidan, what are you doing? What are you doing? You should have been in this weekend.
That's a
because
very
Aidan
good point.
Hassan is top quality, and I would love to see him in this class.
Well,
what are you doing,
Well, of
Aidan
course,
Hassan?
he's recently been out in Europe racing in Junior X30 in the Euro Series, so he is there or thereabouts now for European quality. Not many better drivers to learn from. Sebastian Corking.
That is true. He's probably moved on to juniors now. I don't want to be a cadet anymore.
Here's Haywood trying to come around the outside because Corking is holding that inside line firmly closed. 37, James Roberts pushing his way forward up the straight as they come into 3. This is such a fast apex in turn 3. There's the move from Quaker on the inside of Lauder. Has he held that one?
I think that's for 6th place, Jake, is it?
It was indeed, and yes, he's made it. He has got through there into P6, so nicely handled. But we've got Corking, Haywood and Roberts stretching out from the rest of the field now. Chapney still there in 4th, but we've got Quaker, Lauder and Boyd having their little tussle for the top 5 positions. And it is the 88 at the moment. Braden Boyd holding it. Quaker trying to come around the outside. Corking squeezing Haywood into the apex for hairpin 2 as they come through once again. And as they come back up the stretch, in 4th place we should have Boyd. In 5th we now have Quaker. As on the inside, Roberts unleashes the move. Excellent run to the inside line and takes 2nd.
Great racing throughout the field, Jake. Doesn't matter where you are, you've always got someone to play with, and we've got different driver experiences, or drivers with different experiences, and it's all about levels. Whatever level you're at.
Big slide from Boyd. Goodness me, what a save though.
Great move by Lauder, taking advantage. That is Lauder on the 33. Sybil takes advantage as well. Whatever level you're at, whatever experience level you're at in cadets, this class will give you someone to race
against.
That's
for the lead. Roberts has got through on Corking. Roberts
won the previous
by.
heat. He's looking to scoop up 2 heats today, Jake. He's just won the heat 2. Looking to do heat 3 as well.
Terrific job, absolutely amazing. Sebastian Corking won all 3 heats and the final last time at Teesside. Now we've got different winners, of course, from the previous races, because Oliver Sibbald won race 1. That race previously was run by James Roberts. We may still get 3 different winners. Sibbald wants a piece of this on the inside of Logan Lauder and gets another place made up. But these 3 are well clear. For the synchronicity of it, we could really do with a win for Dalton Haywood, and he is very close to that at the moment. They're in 3rd position, giving a little bit of a hurry up to Sebastian Corking. Come on, mate, you going to pass him or what?
A little bit of a nudge there going into it. No damage done, though.
It's called rubbing, isn't it? Rubbing's racing, as they said in Days of Thunder years ago, and it's just a little love tap in karting. You can get away with these sorts of things as long as it's not malicious, as long as it's not going to loosen a front fairing. You can have a little bit of a play, and down the straight towards turn 2. Corking unleashes his move on Roberts. Well, he doesn't break in time. He breaks it a little early, in fact, and it's going to be Roberts that holds the place as they come through the hairpin once again. A great stream of karts. They continue battling for supremacy all the way through the field. You've got Roberts, Corking and Haywood duking it out for the win. Quaker in P4, then Champney, Hipkins, Lauder, Boyd, Armstrong, Buckton Young, Stanley, Smith, Gilman, Brown, Simpson. And it looks as though we've lost Oliver Sibbald. Either that or he's got a transponder issue. It's definitely the latter. He's not transponding. We're on board with Oliver Sibbald, so we know we haven't lost him. Here comes the move. Close up on Champney. So much straight line speed, and he absolutely blitzes down the straight into the braking zone for the hairpin, and he's got the move done long into the corner. So technically now Sibbald is actually in P5 ahead of Champney, but for some reason he's not transponding. Oh, that's for 2nd place, isn't it?
Haywood for 2nd. Nice clean move. And look at Quaker, Jake, started 14th. He ain't 14th anymore. He's in 4th. And he knows he's got the pace to win this. How long left? 2 minutes 28. I think that's long enough.
Here we go. We've got a quartet dicing for the victory. And although he's not coming up on the screens, Oliver Sibbald is P5 in front of Theo Champney, then Hipkins, Lauder and Armstrong. Still defensive from Roberts, trying to hold Haywood at bay. Quaker gets into 3rd. Excellent driving from Quaker. He really is on it at the moment. Haywood defending to the inside line. Quaker, I thought, was going to drive right round the outside then. He certainly seemed to have confidence and conviction in the car to make it work.
He's just passed the championship leader there, Jake, and
yes,
he knows it as well. Zane Quaker knows he's 4th at Teesside. He had a stuck piston ring that day. That was diagnosed after the event. He's had that sorted. He's been testing. He's been out with Mark Baines Motorsport. He's in with Mark this weekend. And he has made a real difference, I want to say that. No doubt. Look at his driving. Look at how he's overtaking, the lunges he's making. He's getting one chance and going for it, and that is what you need to do.
He's just set the fastest lap of the race as well, Zane Quaker. He's absolutely on it, and we are running short of laps as we have 1:22 on the clock, plus the additional, of course. So this is going to be very tight. Roberts, Haywood, Quaker, into lap 14 we go. This is definitely going to be interesting as they continue to charge forward. In fact, I think, no, technically that's going to be lap 14 we complete. Haywood on the inside, on the outside, comes Quaker to try and get through. Haywood snatches the line, takes the lead, and I think Quaker's going to get through to 2nd place as well. Roberts tries to use Haywood as a bit of a buffer. Quaker around the outside!
Oh, what a move!
That is
Quaker 14th to 1st.
The lead changes twice in about 57 metres. That is absolutely terrific. And so now we've got Quaker to the front. He started the previous lap in 3rd position, and now he is there at the front. Quaker from Haywood, Roberts and Corking. And we've still got time for a little bit more badinage out there. Excellent.
Bear in mind, Quaker started alongside Sibbald. Sibbald is well back there in 5th place. We did say at the beginning of the race, be interesting to see if they can come through the field together. Well, Quaker has. Sibbald still back there. He's still a major player in the championship, of course, Oliver Sibbald. And we expect him to be a player in the final as well. This is going to be a cracking final coming up, Jake.
Absolutely. Do you know what? This weekend, to coin a Star Wars analogy, Teesside was A New Hope. This is definitely Empire Strikes Back. It's much more exciting. Definitely very, very close quarters racing from the front to the back. Lots of position changes. Here's another one coming up. Theo Champney making his bid on Oliver Hipkins. Thinks better of it as they duel over 5th position. Behind the man who is currently in 5th place, of course, that is Oliver Sibbald. So Theo Champney trying to work his way forward.
And 5th place in the championship as well, so there's 3 fifths in that one. 5th place in the championship, of course, is Logan Lauder on the 33.
Lauder, really, it's wonderful to watch Lauder. He just launches into every apex, holds the speed and the style through every corner. Last lap for Zane Quaker. He's got half a second on Haywood. Oh, a big slide there again from Oliver Hipkins. Is he going to be able to hold it? Well, we're watching the battle for 2nd place again as Roberts gets Haywood into the hairpin. Now Haywood's going to have to try and fight back in the final few corners of the race. Quaker's gone. He's in front, and he is not likely to lose this victory now. He could be the 3rd different winner of the weekend.
Contact.
And there is a little bit of a love tap between them. They rub wheels. Haywood through on the grass from Roberts. Quaker gets the win. He's happy with that. Haywood, Roberts and Corking throw a blanket over them.
Yeah, Roberts' his turn to put his hand in the air that time. There was contact into the hairpin. That's been spotted. It may have caused a front fairing penalty as well, of course.
Yeah.
It's been spotted by the officials. They will look at that. Oh, look at the fairing penalties.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Zane Quaker is given the victory. Haywood and Roberts both get penalties. Hipkins is 4th in the end from Corking and Sibbald, who also get them. Theo Champney 7th ahead of Logan Lauder. Braden Boyd in 9th from pole. And Charlotte Stanley in the top 10 once again. Excellent stuff so far from the 3 heats here at Wombwell. Part 4 coming up, and it's the final. If the heats were good, we're certainly in for a sizzling, scintillating final.